Okay, hello everyone. All right, so we've seen escape characters and we've seen the new line escape character. So in this video, let's go through the other escape characters. I've listed them here. This is a comment. This is just to show that it's a comment, so it's not part of it. But I've listed them here and we'll go through all of them one by one. But we've already seen the new line character here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and create a print function, or call a print function, and type in or create a string. Let's use the string we used in the previous video. I'm going to type in tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is another day. And we're going to go ahead and embed escape characters in here. Basically, we're going to start an escape sequence. So we've already seen the new line character. Let's go ahead and shift our focus to /t and see what /t when it's counted in a string. So I'm going to put it in random places. So /t over here. And let's see what happens when a /t is inserted into a string. Now t happens to be an escape character. When you type in the /, you're starting an escape sequence, right? And because it's expecting a character, okay, an escape character after that. T happens to be one of them, and so /t is going to perform a special function, or it's going to be like acts like a command, and that function is going to be executed. All right, so when I run this, we can see that there's some kind of a tab over here, and that's what the /t does. Okay, that's what the T stands for. It stands for a tab, and anytime it's encountered, it creates a tab in here. So remember, /t is like a special command. It's an escape sequence, because anytime you have a /, if that character if the character that follows it is indeed an escape character, then you have an escape sequence here, and it kind of creates a command, or something happens instead of it being displayed. It wouldn't be displayed in our string, but then that its function is going to be executed, and its function is to display a tab. It creates a tab wherever it is. All right, so we can try and have it here somewhere around here to run our program. We can see that it created a tab in between O and T. This is a small tab here. You can have multiple ones. You can have, /t, and it's going to create two tabs. You can see it's actually bigger than that, right? So, but it creates multiple tabs. All right, so let's remove that. Go back to our regular string, and let's move to the next one, which is the double quotation mark. All right, so this is how we create our strings. We create them in double quotation strings, right? Assuming I wanted to display a string that says tomorrow is another day, but then another day I wanted it surrounded with double quotations, right? What will come to mind is I'll just, in my string, just type something like this. And we can see that Wing 101 is doing a good job of, well, we may not know what it means yet, but it's changing the color of the word here. And when you hover on it, it says syntax error. Let's run it and see what happens. We have an error. It says syntax error over here. All right, so let's take this back. Hold on. Oops. All right. And the error is this. It's seen, first of all, it's seeing the string. It's seeing that, okay, you're opening a double quotation mark over here. It comes all the way to this end, and sees this double quotation mark as the ending or the closing double quotation mark for this string. That's how it's interpreting this. And so it's seeing this whole thing as one string. It's seeing this as the opening quotation mark, double quotation mark, and the closing double quotation mark. And it's seeing the string as just, hanging around in the print function. And it's seeing that, okay, it's an error. If you want this to be displayed, you have to kind of surround it with double quotations. Okay, it's seeing this as the closing and seeing this as the opening quotation for this string here. At the same time, it's seeing this double quotation mark as the opening quotation, and this as the closing quotation mark for this string, but it has encountered an error over here, and you have to kind of fix it, and that's what's happening. But the thing is, you didn't intend to do that. You wanted to just display the string, just as it is, with double quotations surrounding it. And so in a case like this looks fine, but then we have to kind of fix it. Because it's seeing it that way, we have to kind of fix it. There is an escape character, which is the double quotation mark. If a double quotation mark follows a /, it's displayed. That's all it does. So I'm going to type in a backslash in front of that one and a backslash in front of that one. what I'm trying to do is I'm saying escape it. I'm saying I don't want this quotation, to kind of end this. I don't want it to be the end of this quotation mark. Okay, I want it to be displayed when a double quotation mark follows a backslash. It's displayed. That's its purpose. It's an escape character. All right, but the same way that if an n follows the backslash, the same way it creates a new line is the same way that this double quotation mark is printed. That's its function. Anytime it follows a backslash, it's printed on the screen. Anytime it follows a backslash, it's printed on the screen. All you're saying is, okay, treat these double quotation marks as characters I want to print on the screen. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So now when I run this, it's displayed, the way I want it. It's just printed on the screen anytime it follows a backslash. That's its purpose. Okay, it acts as an escape sequence, and its purpose is to print out a double quotation mark. Right? Okay, so let's move to the next one. The same way. First of all, let's go back to our regular string. The same way, sometimes some people use single quotation marks to create their strings. I use double quotation marks. I'm fond of it. So I'm going to go ahead and surround my string with single quotation marks, and that should also work, right? I have my regular string. I run it. We may want to surround the word another with single quotations. You may want to have a string that says that tomorrow is another day, but you want another surrounded with single quotation marks. You want it to be displayed. The same way, it's seeing that you're opening a string here, and it's seeing that you're closing the string here. That's how it's seeing it, right? And it's seeing that you're opening another string here, and you're closing the string here. You're closing the string here, right? And so it's seeing that this word another again is hanging out, similar to the double quotation mark. So there's another escape character, which is the single quotation mark, and anytime that a single quotation mark follows a backslash, it's displayed just like the double quotation mark when it follows a backslash. Okay, so that's also another escape character, which is a single quotation mark. If you want it to be displayed, you follow it after you follow it after the backslash, because you can't have it this way. You can't have single quotation marks in single quotation marks this way. You have your outer single quotation marks, and you can't have it in there this way. Otherwise, Python is going to be confused and think that this closing quotation mark is the closing quotation mark for this opening quotation mark here. It's going to see this as one string, okay? This opening and this closing. So you have to kind of escape it with a backslash and say that, okay, don't treat, you want to tell it that treat this as something I want to display and not something I want to use to end strings. When I print this out, it's displaying a string with single quotation marks. It's anytime a single quotation mark follows a backslash, it's going to be displayed, just like it's doing now. All right, so I'm going to go back to our regular string. Here I'm going to change this to double quotation marks because I use them all the time. Print it, and we are back to our regular quotation. There's also the backslash, right? And there's backslash. All right, we know the backslash starts an escape sequence, right? But assuming I wanted to, let's change the string. Assuming I wanted to display this string. Assuming there's a website called test.com. So www.test.com. And I wanted you to go to a page that says test2. So I'm going to have www.test.com/ oops. Normally you use something like this, right? But I wanted to use the backslash. It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't look good. You know what? Let me just change this to something that looks good. Because normally URLs will have // in them and not backslashes, right? Let's use a local path to our computer. Let's say if you have a drive, let's say drive C, and you wanted to go to document. Oops. Let's say document. I hope I typed this correctly. I think it's the right thing. Document, and you wanted to go to a file called test2. Right? Now there's a problem over here. We can see that. Oops. Let's see. Hold on. Assuming we wanted to go to this path over here. Sometimes it's actually double. Okay. If you run this program and you display it, we have a couple of problems. I want this string to be displayed, right? We did a good job over here in the beginning, but when it got here, we can see that an escape sequence was in the string. It's going to treat this backslash t, right, as a tab, and we can see it over here. We just looked at tabs. So it's seeing the backslash t and it's treating that as a tab because that's what it's supposed to do. And so it's doing that. It's not displaying the backslash t. It's displaying a tab instead, and it's continuing. But that's not what we wanted to display. We wanted to display exactly the string here. So we wanted to display that / in there. And so if you don't want this to be treated as a tab, and you want to display a backslash in here, there's another escape character, which is the backslash itself. If a backslash follows a backslash is displayed. Okay, anytime a backslash follows a backslash, that backslash, the second backslash, is displayed on the screen. The same way this was displayed when it followed a backslash, the same way this was displayed when it followed a backslash. So when a backslash follows a backslash, this is an escape sequence. The first backslash starts an escape sequence. When this backslash follows that backslash, it's displayed on the screen. And so when that is, when a backslash is, when a backslash replaces this two backslashes, that's what it's supposed to do, right? When it replaces this two backslashes, it's going to be printed. One backslash is going to be printed here, and then the test2 is going to continue. So when I run this, we can see that it's displaying exactly what we wanted to display. But the difference is that this is acting as an escape sequence. This backslash, the second backslash, is an escape character. And anytime that escape character, that second backslash, follows the first backslash, it's displayed on the screen. All right, so a backslash is displayed here instead of, this here, and then the test2 continues. All right, there are some other escape characters, but these are the ones that you come across a lot. Okay, so I hope I explained this. I hope this made sense well enough. If you have any questions, please comment down below, and I'll do everything to respond to them. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time with the next video. All right then, bye-bye.